Hello students, welcome to your computer classroom. So I hope all of you are doing well, and in the previous classes we have covered the explanation of different features of the data sheet view and design view in the Microsoft Access. So before moving to further to the exercise question, let us have a revision of the things which we have covered in the textbook. So here in the last class we have seen how to add the records to the table, then the different properties of the navigation pane and other features of the data sheet view and design view we have seen. Okay, so one by one we have entered the different records in the data sheet view. If we see to the software window, there also we have seen we have designed the this is the design view in which we have seen how we have modified the things, how we have made certain validation text, then we have changed the field size of the different data type. So here we have already made the table with the name student detail, clear, and here the field names which we have entered, they are all related to the student information. The data type we have chosen according to our requirement, and here one field, it is essential to make at least a single field as a primary key. So primary key is the on off toggle which we have seen. So this can be visible by the key symbol to the left of this field, clear. So by this key symbol only it is visible to us that it is the primary key, and according to the different other field names we have seen the different data types related to them, and one by one we have also tried to in the so these are the two, this is the design view in which there are two pane means the portion of the window. So the above pane is the you can say the field area where we are entering the different fields, and the lower pane is the field property area. So in the field property we are having the two tabs, that is general tab and lookup tab. So we have seen that in the general tab the general settings are there, and in the lookup tab when we click on that, so in that we can design the lookup properties. If we select any multiple values from the list, so that will be called as the lookup property, clear. So if according to the different data type, if I show you, suppose in the student name, here you can see the data type is text. So related to this text data type, the field property is visible to us in the lower pane, clear. So in this you can see that the field size of this text is by default it is the maximum value is 255, but we can modify and we can decrease it, we can change the value, clear. And in the same way for the date of birth, as you can see we have chosen the data type as date and time, clear. And here we have also made a default value. So in the previous class we have seen that when we write now, as you can see here, here it is written the function now. So when you read the now function, write the now function, it gives you the current date and time, clear. So this way the default value can be set. So by default here we have chosen the now function which will give you the uh, present current date and time, clear. Then we have seen the different other field names like class, address. So one more default value you have chosen in the class for the data type number. If you click here, we have entered the default value as 8, clear. So suppose you are making the database for class 8th students, so in that case every time the value 8 will automatically appear. If you want to change it, we can change it, clear. Then we have the memo data type, where the what is the limit of the memo data type, the memo data type limit is 65,999, clear. Then roll number we have chosen as auto number. Here as it is auto number, automatically the numbers will be generated. We have also tried to make a validation rule for the fees field. Clear? So if in this case we had made a validation rule, so if it is only greater than 500, only then the value can be entered. And the validation text is the text which will appear you as the error message whenever you are entering. If the validation rule is not met, if there is some problem with that, so instead of that, the validation text will appear you as a error message. So this is the, right now we are in the design view. If we switch to the datasheet view, here you can see, the different entries which we have done. Clear? So this all we have covered in the previous class. We have entered all these values, the admission number, student name. So here you can verify that also, that by default the class is coming as 8 in all of these, and without entering, it is necessary to have the primary key admission number to be entered for any of the record. Clear? So if you make a new record, for that you will have to enter at least the admission number, and the rest, if you don't want to enter that data, that can be left. But if you are making it, so the admission number is compulsory for any of the record. Clear? And in the date of birth, as we have chosen the now function, so it is returning you the current date and time. Clear? So according to your database, according to the function which you have chosen, the restrictions here, as if I show you again the validation text which we have entered. So let us try to enter fees amount in this. Clear? So as we have made the validation text and validation rule, so let us enter here 400. Okay, press enter key. So here you can see the error message as value entered is less than 500. So this was the validation text which we have written. So this is the same which is giving to us as the error message. Clear? So whatever the text you will write there, the same will be appear to you as the error. Clear? So in the validation text, the text which you write, we can choose accordingly, so that the same is given as the error message to the user. Okay, let us close this now. So if we change this 400, if you enter according to the validation rule which you have made, so if you write 500 or 700 something, so then if you press enter key, then it is saved. Clear? So this way we have gone through the whole chapter. We have explained each and everything, and those who have not watched the previous videos, they can, and you can clear your doubts. Whatever the doubts, most of them we have covered in the live classes. So now it is the time to switch to the exercise question at the end of the chapter. So I hope most of you have tried to do the exercise questions as well. Now let us, you can match it, and you can check whether the answers which you have written, they are correct or not. Clear? And also we will do the other questions as well. So let us take the first question. This is page number 27. So the exercises of the second chapter. Okay, so first question in the tick the correct answers. The first question is, the specific piece of information in a table is known as. Okay, so if you want to check the answer, you can check it from the book also. So if you go to the initial part, a specific piece of information is a table is known as. Okay, so let us come to the initial part of the chapter. Here we can find on page number 12, I think. Okay, so here you can see that a specific piece of information is a table is known as value. Clear? So this same was a question, that which specific piece, that what is the name for a specific piece of information in a table. So the answer will be value. Okay, let us come back to the page where the exercise is. So here we are on the page. So the answer of this will be value. Keep marking, or else if you have already done, you can match it. Next is, a row in a table is called. So this we are already familiar, we have gone through this multiple times. That, let us check the options once each ones. So the row in a table is called record, field or value. So the field is the, you can say, column, and value is just, we have seen the specific information in a table is called field, sorry, value. So here the question is, a row in a table is called, so what will be the answer? The row in a table is called as record. Correct. Next is the characters limit in the memo data type is, so here we have three options, that is 255, 65,535, and third is 63,999. So is it required to check it? We can, or if you have already done, you can see there also. So let us see what is the character limit in the memo data type. Okay, so coming to the textbook where we have the different data types. So here we can see about the memo data type on page number. Okay, so this is in the design view, I think. Let us come to the design view. So here it is. So the question is, what is the limit of memo data type? So here you can see it is 63,999. Clear? This you have got on page number, this is page number 16. Okay, so I hope now you can do this, that for memo data type the limit is 63,999. Clear? So this way you can find this answer also. Let us come back to the exercise page. So the answer of this is 63,999. We have just seen. Now the next question is the data type that is used for detailed and descriptive fields. The data type which is used for detailed and descriptive fields. So just we have seen, can this be currency? No, currency will be used for using the currency symbols or for using the signs with the commas. Clear? According to the different currency of different countries, it can be chosen. Memo data type, this may be the answer. Auto number, no, auto number is used for if you are entering any number, if you want to get it number automatically assigned, so for that we can use the auto number. So the answer will be for this is memo data type. Why? Because for the memo we can use the detailed and descriptive fields. We can write the text with how many characters? 63,999. This is the character limit for the memo data type. Clear? Now next is question number E. The key that you press to move from upper pane to lower pane. Okay, so here the question is, which key you can use to press to move from upper pane to lower pane. So this upper pane to lower pane, where we are talking about, this is in the design view, and if you remember as well, there is a shortcut key to move from upper pane to lower pane. So let us see the answer of this question as well. So if you come to the design view, here the answer is that if you want to switch from upper pane to lower pane, here we have a key. The key is F6. The answer is somewhere here. Here you can find that F6 key is used to move from upper pane to lower pane. Clear? So what will the answer? F6 key. Clear? This is page number 17. Okay, now come to the exercise page. So what will be the answer of this? Answer of this will be F6. Clear? So this way we have done the tick the correct options. Most of you have already done. Now you have checked it as well. Clear? So you can, if you have not written, you can pause the video and write this in the book also. Now moving to the question 2, that is filling the blanks. Okay, let us come to the filling the blanks questions. So here I have written for you. So here are the questions of the filling the blanks. So here the first is, the blank is a collection of organized data. So what is the answer of this? A database is a collection of organized data. Clear? We have seen in the initial part as well. If you want to see it again, we can see on page number 12, I think it is given. Just check it as well. So here you can find, yes, that a database is a collection of data organized in a manner. Clear? So means the organized data, you can say that a collection of organized data will be called as database. Clear? Okay, now come to again to our exercise page. So here we are. Clear? So what will the answer? That a database is a collection of organized data. Second question is, a row in a table is called, so we have seen that the row in a table is called as record, and you can say column is called as field. Clear? So the answer of the second is record. Okay, now question C. A database consists of tables. Clear? All of the data which we save in the database, that is in the form of tables, and these tables are organized in rows and columns. Clear? This also is very easy. Question D. Columns can be used to hold fields in a table. Clear? Answer of this will be field, as we know that the columns are denoting the fields. Next is question number E. Blank extensions is used by default in the Access 2010. So what will be the extension of 2010 Access files? It is .accdb. If you want to check it, that also you can find. So here let us come back to the initial page. So here you can see that what is the extension of MS Access. MS Access extension is .accdb. This is for 2007 2010 onwards, and earlier the database was having the extension .mbd before the 2007. Okay, from 2007 we have the .accdb as the extension. I hope this is clear. Let us come. So ACDB is the extension for the 2010 SS file. Next is, there must be a dash name for each field in the table. Clear? So this we have seen that for any of the field, if you want to differentiate, if you want to have some different values, so that you can differentiate between the two records. So for that, what is required? It is required to have a unique name for each field in the table. Clear? Next is G. A blank is a key that differentiates the records in a field. So what will the answer of this? Which field differentiate the records? The primary key. We have seen this in the chapter as well, that the primary key is the key that differentiates the records in a file. Next is H. So the question number H is, the blank tab contains most of the properties you work with. So in the design view we have seen there are two tabs, general tab and lookup tab. So the question here is asking about the most of the properties which we work with. So which tab is this? This is the general tab. So the general tab consists of most of the properties that we work with. Clear? So this way we have done the filling the blanks question as well. Now we can try to do the question answers as well. That is very easy. Let us come to the page where question answers are given. Let us zoom in. So here we can find the question answers. So first question is, define DBMS and what is the need of DBMS. This is very easy question. We can find this as well. So let us find the answer. What is define DBMS and what is the need of DBMS? So if we go to the page 12, here you can find about DBMS and what is the need of DBMS. Let us take the marker as well. Okay, so here if we close this, okay, let us erase this now. So here you can find the answer, what is DBMS and what is the need of DBMS. Okay, so first is what is DBMS. So what is DBMS? DBMS is the database software, and you can write the full form also, that database software is called DBMS, or you can write in your own words also, that DBMS is the software which is used for managing the databases. Okay, so you can write either way. So the answer of the DBMS is this much, that the software, that is the database management system, you can write the full form with the answer, that the DBMS is the database management software which is used for managing the database. So this is the definition of DBMS. Then the next part of the question is why we need the database. So write a heading like the need of the database. In that you can write the answers point wise. If you are writing the answer point wise, it will be easy as well. Now the first point you will write that the need of DBMS is, first, it allows, at the place of you can write us, it allows us to create a computerized database. Clear? Second point, to add, change and delete data. Third point, to sort and retrieve data from the databases. Clear? And create forms and reports using the data in database. So write this answer point wise. Clear? First part we have seen what is the definition of database. Database is the DBMS, the database management software used for managing the database. Second part of the question is what is the need of database. So we'll write the heading as the need of the database is point number 1. You will write point number 1, that it allows you to create a computerized database. Then point 2, it add, change and delete data. Third point, to sort and retrieve data from the database. What is sorting and retrieving? Sorting means arranging the data in the database in a sequential manner. Clear? So that is called as sorting. So the third point is to sort and retrieve data from the database. Retrieval means to fetch data from existing database. If you are searching any data, if you are searching any record, so that is called as retrieval. Next is to create form and reports using the data in the database. Clear? So these are the different things why we need the database. Let us come to the questions further. Let us erase this now. The next question now is third B. What is MS Access? What is MS Access? You already know. Let us see the answer of this. So what is MS Access? If you see the first part, first paragraph of page number 12. So Microsoft Access is a powerful database software that allows you to create, manage and process data in the form of table. Clear? So this can be the answer. If you want to write one more sentence, you can write that the extension used for Microsoft Access file is the .accdb. So mention this as well. So what is Microsoft Access? Microsoft Access is the database software that allows us to create, manage and process data in the form of table. So this is the first sentence, and second sentence you will write that the Microsoft Access is saved with .accdb extension. Clear? So this will be the complete answer. Now let us erase this and see what is the next question. So the next question is define record, field and value. Question third C. So let us see what is the definition of record, field and value. So here you can find on the same page what is record, what is field and what is value. So what is record? A row in a table is called as record and contains information about a given person, product or event. Clear? This is the definition of record. Then what is field? A column in a table is called field and contains a specific piece of information within a record. Clear? So this you have to write the definition each of. First is field, another is first is record, another is field. Then we have to find the value. Let us see where the value is. If we come above, yes, here in the initial part of the answer. Let us erase this. So what is value? Value is each specific piece of information. Each specific piece of information in a table is known as value. Clear? So this we have seen, and we have just seen the record and field. Here it is whole sentence for the record, and similarly the whole sentence for the column. Clear? So this way you can write the definition of record, field and value. Clear? And also you can make a diagram that what exactly is record, field and value. So if I show you in the initial part of the explanation, I have also shown. Let me show it again. So here if you see how the record, field and value is. So record is something, the rows or records. Clear? Field is the columns. Clear? So you can make a small diagram in a tabular form where the record and field can be shown. And what is value? In any value which is entered in this table. Clear? So whatever the value which is inside this intersection, if you are writing a roll number or the marks of the student in any of this, so for example in computer if someone is getting 55, so this type of entries, this is called as what? Value. Clear? So this you can make a small diagram with the answer. So this will be good, and it will also represent exactly what the question is asking. Okay, now let us come to the next question. Let us erase this. So you can make a diagram to denote all the record, field and value. Okay, now coming to the next question, that is question number 3D. Define primary key and why do we need a primary key? So the answer of this can also be found in the book in the primary key table. Let us see. We have to define primary key and why we need a primary key. So if we come to the book on page number 20, I think the answer is, let us see on page number 20. Okay, so here we are on page number 20. So what is a primary key? A primary key is a key that differentiate the records in a field. Clear? So this can be the definition of the primary key. We can also write that a student record, for example, use roll number as a key and field because it uniquely identifies each student. Clear? So this will tell you what is the need of primary key. So first you have to write the first sentence, that a primary key is a key that differentiate the records in the field, and you can give an example as well. And if you come, you can pause the video for marking any of the answers. Clear? If there is confusion, you can pause it. Then there was the question that what is the need of primary key. So you can write this also in from the update your knowledge box, that a primary key is required for every table to identify the records quickly. So this will be the second part of the answer. Clear? So already we know that primary key is used for making the records as unique. Clear? So this you can write as the need of the primary key. Clear? So we have seen the definition of the primary key and why we need the primary key. Wherever you have confusion, you can pause the video and write the answers. You can mark in the book. After that, write in the copy. Next question is, name and explain the different data types in MS Access. Question number 3E. You have to write about the different data types in MS Access. That's we have given in the homework also. Many of you may have written and done this. So now we can see that what are the different data types in the MS Access. So let us find this, and you can see this on page number 16. Okay, so let us come to page number 16 and find out what are the different data types in MS Access. So here it is, the different data types on page number 16. Clear? So these are the different data types. One by one we have to write all of these. The sentences you can make short, like in the text you can write this is the general purpose field containing any data, and it has the limit of 255 characters and cannot be used for numerical calculation. So this is sufficient. Then in the memo, this type is limited to this much characters, 63,919 for detailed and descriptive field. In the number you can write. So all of these sentences are very short now. So write all of these. This will be a long answer type question. Now number, data type, date and time, currency, auto number. This we have seen. All of these data types we have explained and gone through. So write all these. The answer is all of these are very small sentences, so you can cover all of these data types. Clear? Auto number, yes and no. Wherever it is possible to make the sentence short, you can make it. Otherwise, you have to write all of the data types. This is essential for the understanding as well as the exam point of view. Clear? So you can write the different data types from here. Now if we see, let us erase this first. If we see the next question, that is name and explain the different field properties of the database. The field properties of the database, that is also given in the book. We have seen the different field properties. If we come to page number 21, I think it is there. So here is the different field properties. Clear? The different field property means the different the properties which are visible to us in the lower pane. So here you can see this, and the definition of this is all given here. The property pane, general tab, lookup tab. Clear? So you have to write all of these as well. Clear? So these two last questions are the long answer type question. You have to write the definition of all these properties, and these all properties we have also covered while explanation of the chapter. Clear? So this is the answer for the last question, that is what are the different field properties. Clear? So this way we have done the question answers as well, and the remaining activity and application based question which are remaining in this we can cover in the online session. Okay, so till then complete all these questions, and the remaining thing we will cover in the live session. Okay, so complete the things, and whatever the doubts you have, you can ask later when we have the live session for this. Okay, thank you everyone.